There he is, and we're ready, Your Honor.
Good morning. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. The 36th District Court is now in session. Judge Miriam Martin Clark is presiding, and the court is calling case number SP 111555031, Daryl Davis Walker. The charge is no operator's license on person. Count 2 of that same ticket is providing false information or identification. This is the date and time for arraignment on the bench warrant. Mr. Davis Walker, if you're in the virtual courtroom, please say your name for the record.
How you doing, Your Honor? It's Daryl Davis Walker.
Good morning. How are you, sir?
I'm good today.
Thank you. And who's representing Mr. Davis Walker?
Rudy CR334 35720 on behalf of Mr. Davis Walker, with whom I've spoken about the plea offer, Judge.
All right. And how does Mr. Davis Walker wish to proceed?
Mr. Davis Walker is asking to enter a guilty plea as offered on count 2, which is false information, in return for dismissal on count 1, which is on the docket, is no operator's license. However, I have the ticket, and the ticket shows that the charge is failure to display on that count. But Mr. Walker wants to proceed today on the false information charge. Is that right, Mr. Walker?
Yes.
Now, will Mr. Walker be able to make a factual basis?
That's why we're here now, Judge. I'm not convinced that the facts he's given are sufficient. I wanted you to hear from him.
Okay, if he cannot make a factual basis, then as you know, Mr. Sarah, the court is not going to be able to accept a guilty plea.
Understood.
However, under the circumstances, if he wishes to plead no contest, the court can accept a no contest plea and take the factual basis from the face of the ticket. Otherwise, what we would need to do, Mr. Davis Walker, is to schedule your matter for trial. And that trial date, sir, would be May 25th, so that we can see whether the officer appears. If the officer appears, then we will have a trial. If the officer does not appear, then that matter would be dismissed without prejudice. So,
Clerk, Your Honor, I'm sorry, Your Honor, but the clerk gave us April 22nd. Mr. Walker's been adjourned repeatedly, so she wanted to move him up as much as possible.
Okay, I don't have that information, but Madam Clerk, if you confirm that, I'm good with that.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm sorry. I should have mentioned that ahead of time. I apologize.
That's okay. So April 22nd?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
At
so
8:30.
Mr. Davis Walker, you see what I'm saying, sir? You know, I can't take a guilty plea from someone who cannot tell me that they are guilty of the charge that's been made against you. And the attorney tells me that you won't be able to do that. So the other alternative would be a no contest plea, or we schedule this matter for trial on April 22nd. If the officer appears, we go to trial and see whether the people can meet their burden of proof, because it's their burden of proof. If not, if the officer doesn't appear, sir, then the court would dismiss the matter without prejudice. So now I've told you all the cards that are in my hand. So how do we want to play?
I'm gonna just
Want
do
to talk it over with Mr. Sierra?
Mr.
You want me
Sarah.
I'll remove myself, since the only people that are in the courtroom, well, of course, we're on live stream now, so.
Judge, the question that I have is, you may not agree with me on the factual basis. So I wonder if we could vote for Mr. Davis Walker on the facts on that count now and hear what you think.
What about the no contest, sir?
Yeah, Mr. Davis Walker, a no contest plea would be treated as a guilty plea, but you wouldn't have to say anything. And so you could plead no contest.
Okay.
That's the way you get rid of it you know, but if you want to proceed to trial, which is what your attorney is recommending, then it would be April 22nd. I just don't know how that affects you because we haven't had the conversation, but
You want to go with the, Mr. Rudy, you want to go with the first thing you said?
I think a no contest plea is probably an appropriate route to go. Now, the judge would look at the ticket and take the facts from the ticket.
Attorney Sarah, can I put you both in a breakout room?
That's
Since
fine.
we're live. I'm
That's
sorry.
fine.
I just, that way you have a
That's
private
fine.
conversation.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I've
Actually,
got
Mr.
breakout
Davis
room
Walker-
3.
Yep, you're both in breakout room 3 already. And I'll stop the live stream.